At well over 80 years old, Carroll Shelby is still active on a daily basis, still runs a thriving company, converting Fords into better Fords under the name of Shelby, still operating the Carroll Shelby Foundation, which donates literally hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to children who need transplants. After all, Carroll Shelby has had 3 transplants of his own. This is the conclusion of our video series commemorating a truly great man. Richard Pickering is the curator of the Shelby exhibit for the Canadian International Auto Show.
Shelby started, I think, building his own brand as a race driver. I think that win at Le Mans in 1959 for Aston Martin established him at least as a man with brand potential. And he was able to carry that to Ford and to AC cars in 1961, 1962. The story is well known about if we had ham, we could have ham and eggs. If we had eggs, the Ford AC and Beat Corvette story. But Shelby's name as a brand was strong enough that he was able to walk in the halls at Ford in Dearborn, get to the right people, and convince them that he was the right guy to carry the Blue Oval to the SCCA racetracks to do battle with the well-established Corvette brand. So it started there. They were so successful, obviously, at doing that, the powered by Ford thing with the AC cars and so on, that when in 1964 and a half the Mustang was introduced amidst great hoopla, the Ford people recognized that they needed to go racing. They needed to win races on Sunday to sell cars on Monday. Who got the call? Carroll Shelby. 1980s, back to the OEs, and this time the connection was with Chrysler. And the result was a number of Shelby branded little cars. The one that comes to mind right off the top is the Omni GLH, which meant goes like hell. GLHS, which was the larger motored version, goes like hell some more, typical Shelby style branding. And the ultimate result was the Viper. Strong connection, the Viper, the Cobra, strong connection, but Shelby was involved. Enthusiasts paid attention and started to buy the cars. And now, today, and as of the mid part of the first decade of the 21st century, Shelby is back very strongly with Ford, a line of new GT500 Shelbys that are, in my own opinion, the cars that we always tried to build for years, and they come with a warranty.
Tonks is the general manager of the Canadian International Auto Show and a huge Shelby fan in his own right.
The story basically of the Sunbeam Tiger is that everybody knows there was a pretty little roots sports car called the Alpine, horrendously underpowered, but very pretty and very desirable in the 50s and 60s. And the West Coast manager of Sunbeam Roots approached two people who figure prominently in the whole Shelby story to build prototypes of a V8 powered Sunbeam Alpine. One was Ken Miles, and the other one, of course, was Carroll Shelby. The two cars were built, and they're still existing today, the two prototypes, and exceptionally valuable cars they are. And in the end, the Carroll Shelby car was the one that was selected.
The Shelby Gala was an unmitigated success by any estimation. The place was jammed, and the feeling in there was absolutely electric. We had an opportunity to catch up to Epi Wietzes in the midst of all of this gala. In 1962, you're an amateur racing driver. In 1963, you're a professional driving for a factory team for Ford. Take us back to that time, Epi.
Well, it was a very big switch, V8 power, and I met Carroll Shelby and Ken Miles, and Carroll says, keep away from the factory cars. So anyway, I followed Ken for a long time, and it was 2 heat races in the Players 200, and we got the best of them, and we won the GT1 class in this very car.
Wait a minute, Carroll Shelby clearly told you to stay away from the factory cars, so you went out and beat it?
Yes, we did. Comstock team did.
It's a good thing you're working for Paul Cook and not for Carroll Shelby. Listen, we know you're busy and we have to let you go, but you got roasted pretty hard in the stage, and Bondurant roasted you pretty well too. He said that you were a son of a bitch to work for. I thought I'd give you a chance to respond.
I still am.
The first ever international inductee to the Canadian Motorsports Heritage Foundation, Carroll Shelby surely has many years to go and many more miles to put on his excellent cars.